Meghan Markle, meet the truth. Truth, meet Meghan Markle. I don't think you know each other. In fact, I fear that you're complete strangers.
Stage, we're expected to buy it, but she said she was in the trenches. She alludes to being in the trenches when she was in the British royal family. Girl, you lived in a castle. Like, you got a princess title. People were falling at your feet.
There are people who come in your life sometimes to be there for a season. They weren't meant to be there always. Sometimes we find ourselves hooked up with people that we think are there for a lifetime, but they were only supposed to be there for a season.
Friend to them, and he helped them out with no fanfare, and that's what he does continuously. He regularly gives to charities, provides aid to disaster sites, buys groceries for families. Shoot, he even took the vaccine on TV to prove it was safe.
Imagine the man who once saved Harry and Meghan turning around and pushing the self-destruct button on their American dream. That is exactly what happened when Tyler Perry unleashed his private recordings. Tyler was the billionaire lifeline. He flew them out on his jet, tucked them inside his Beverly Hills fortress, and even became godfather to baby Lilibet. Cameras caught the tears, the gratitude, the chosen family story. It all looked flawless on Netflix. But Perry never does anything without paperwork, and hidden in the fine print was a clause that let him speak if the Sussexes ever tried to erase him. The moment Meghan wiped their photos and Uncle Tyler captions from social media, that clause became a loaded weapon. Perry pressed record long before the world saw a single shredded royal title. 17 hours of candid strategy sessions, whispered victim narratives, and late-night rants are now stacked on hard drives in his studio vault. Last week, he leaked the first clip. Meghan rehearsing her abandoned princess lines, while Harry fine-tuned talking points about the cold palace. Hollywood gasped. Buckingham Palace pulled up a chair, and that was just the appetizer. If Perry drops the full menu, the Sussex fairy tale goes up in smoke. Stay tuned, because the next recording could arrive any minute. Picture the prince who torched every royal bridge sprinting through LAX at 2 a.m., hoodie up and security in tow. That frantic flight wasn't a vacation, it was an escape. The moment Perry's first audio clip surfaced, Harry's phone lit up like a Christmas tree. Lawyers warned that 17 more hours of recordings could drop at any time. Netflix executives asked whether the Sussex brand could survive another scandal. Private calls to Buckingham Palace went straight to voicemail. Within 12 hours, a Gulfstream registered to a London charter firm was wheels up from Van Nuys Airport. Insiders say Harry booked the jet without consulting Meghan, telling aides he needed to steady the ship before the monarchy shut the palace gates for good. Back in England, damage control began the moment the plane touched tarmac. Old friends at Invictus were approached for rapid-fire media gigs. An emergency visit with King Charles was requested through palace staff, described by one courtier as a Hail Mary with zero guarantee of a royal audience. But the most telling sign of panic came from Montecito. Security teams reported Meghan stayed behind, frantically calling PR contacts that no longer worked for her. For the first time since their royal exit, the couple were continents apart.
But as soon as Harry was...
Harry thinks he can rebuild across the Atlantic, but Tyler Perry still holds the hard drives. If Perry's next leak lands while Harry is pleading for royal mercy, the prince may find every palace door slammed shut. One tap of the delete button turned Hollywood's hottest power couple into the town's biggest red flag. The instant Tyler Perry faced a $260 million workplace lawsuit, Meghan's Instagram grid began to vanish. Photos of Uncle Tyler at Lilibet's christening? Gone. Heartfelt captions about their guardian angel? Archived. Even press releases naming him Godfather disappeared from official bios. Social media watchdogs caught the wipeout in real time, posting before and after screenshots that rocketed Numberwhere's Tyler to trending status. In Hollywood, speed tells the story. A quiet step back might hint at legal caution. Meghan's overnight purge screamed self-preservation. Investors pay close attention to that kind of scramble, and the phones at talent agencies lit up with 3 words. Pull our offer. Within 48 hours, at least 2 producers withdrew funding from upcoming Archewell pitches. Netflix executives demanded fresh content before releasing the next tranche of money. One streamer quietly reclassified its Sussex deal as a first-look arrangement, slashing projected payouts by millions. Brands noticed too. A cookware endorsement paused all promotional posts, while a luxury fashion house halted a planned capsule collection. Their concern was simple. If Perry releases more tapes, any logo in the footage becomes part of the fallout. Meghan bet everything on flawless image control. Now that the facade is crumbling, The next leak could make sponsors scatter for good. Up next, we follow the money trail to Montecito and see how fast a royal fortune can melt. Luxury cars in the driveway, a $15 million mansion on a cliff. Yet insiders say the Sussex bank account is skating on black ice. That sprawling Montecito estate costs $288,000 in property taxes every year, nearly $2 million in 24-hour security, and a mortgage north of $100,000 a month. Add staff salaries, private school fees, and Hollywood-caliber PR retainers, and the couple's monthly burn rate soars past 7 figures. Meanwhile, their vaunted $100 million Netflix deal? Sources say the real cash in hand hovers closer to $20 million, with renewal now highly unlikely amid disappointing viewership. Spotify is gone, Archewell donations are down almost 30% year on year, and speaking gigs have cooled as brands weigh risk over reach.
That they have huge financial problems, that they are eating into capital, and that they sort of, to an extent, been for much of their marriage eaten into some capital. And also he doesn't have...
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have reportedly let go of several staff members, including their PR team. This is apparently in an effort to save some money.
Meghan Markle recently said that you reached out to her and said, come, you can live in my home.
Yeah, it was a very difficult time for them. And what I know about the two of them, and I wish the world knew how much they love these two people love each other. They found each other out of all these odds against them finding each other, they found each other. And the love that they have is really, really moving. And I just wanted to do anything I could.
The financial strain is no longer a rumor. Since 2020, they've shed roughly 25 employees, including high-priced communications pros, an unprecedented move for a couple who live by narrative control. A royal insider quipped, "They go through staff faster than most people go through milk." Further cuts hit their external PR firm last week, signaling a frantic bid to plug an 8-figure cash hole before the next mortgage installment comes due. With Tyler Perry's hard drive still locked and loaded, the question isn't just whether Harry and Meghan can pay the bills. It's whether the next leak will bankrupt their brand for good. What happens when a brand built on storytelling fires the storytellers? Welcome to Archewell without a safety net. In a cost-cutting scramble, Harry and Meghan have reportedly axed their high-priced external communications teams. The Sydney and London arms tied to Sunshine Sachs are out, and top crisis pros who once shaped every soundbite are gone. The couple who weaponized narrative now rely on a lean in-house assistant, who, according to insiders, has never handled a global media fire drill. Donors see belt-tightening, investors see risk. Critics see a brand in free fall. The layoffs landed the same week fresh tax filings showed Archewell donations, dropping close to 30% year over year, with unrestricted grant money falling even faster. That is the cash used to actually pay salaries and keep the lights on. In philanthropy circles, that kind of slide is an iceberg warning. Inside Montecito, surviving staff describe morale as shaky. Updated job descriptions arrived with thicker non-disclosure clauses. One insider joked that the only department expanding is legal. Meanwhile, Harry is said to be working old Invictus contacts for paid speaking slots, a sharp contrast to the days when corporations lined up to write checks first and ask questions later. Without professional crisis handlers, every new leak from Tyler Perry could hit raw. Next, we hear from former staff who say the masks slipped long before the cameras stopped rolling. When the people paid to protect your image start talking, the fairy tale turns into a workplace horror story. Former aides have formed what tabloids call the Sussex Survivors Club, trading stories of 3 a.m. texts and daily mood swings. One ex-assistant says Meghan was incredibly ugly when Harry wasn't around, and that the charm vanished after 6 weeks. Another staffer claims she is still in therapy for what she calls dehumanizing treatment. These are not anonymous trolls. They are the very professionals who once signed ironclad NDAs to keep palace secrets. Harry's departure did not slow the churn. Since moving to California, the couple has shed house managers, PR chiefs, nannies, and bodyguards at a pace insiders describe as faster than milk spoils in the Montecito sun. Each exit comes with hush money offers and thicker non-disclosure clauses. Yet the leaks keep dripping. Sources say Tyler Perry's archive includes raw footage of late-night staff meetings where tempers flared and tears flowed. If even a fraction of those clips go public, they will validate every survivor story, turning gossip into evidence. One Hollywood labor attorney predicts a queue of former employees ready to file hostile workplace claims the moment the first recording airs. Next up, we dive into the legal minefield Perry's tapes could trigger, from breach of contract suits to full-blown class actions. The fairy tale castle is cracking, and the lawsuits may finish what the scandal began. One viral clip can shift a headline, but 17 hours of leaks could rewrite modern royal history overnight. Perry's first audio snippet hit YouTube and TikTok like lighter fluid on dry brush. Within 4 hours, Judge Sussex scandal topped Twitter trends in both the US and UK. Morning shows booked crisis PR experts before sunrise, while late-night hosts sharpened punchlines about runaway princes and Hollywood half-truths. Pollsters scrambled to gauge sentiment. A flash survey by YouGov logged a 5-point drop in Harry's favorability inside 24 hours, the sharpest dip since the Oprah interview. In the States, cable news panels debated whether the Sussexes could become the next cautionary tale of celebrity overreach, citing early 2000s tabloid meltdowns as precedent. Advertisers reacted faster than any palace aide. A mid-tier tech brand pulled its pre-roll ads from Meghan's lifestyle series, citing brand safety concerns. A charity scheduled to appear at an Archewell fundraiser asked to review updated messaging before confirming attendance. Even Spotify's rival platforms, once eager to court Sussex content, have reportedly gone radio silent. PR insiders warn that this is the inflection point. Public opinion shifts slowly, then all at once. If Perry releases another tape, sentiment may crystallize into a narrative the Sussexes cannot reverse, no matter how many interviews or glossy photo shoots they book. Next, we head back inside Buckingham Palace, where royal aides are quietly plotting their response to Harry's midnight arrival. Will the firm open its doors, or has the prodigal prince arrived too late? The prodigal prince has landed, but the gilded gates of Buckingham aren't swinging open. Security now checks for hidden microphones before letting anyone inside. Royal aides call it Operation Drawbridge. Harry must request meetings in writing, surrender phones at the door, and agree to no record clauses before stepping foot in a palace corridor. Courtiers remember the Oprah fallout and fear Perry's vault could contain fresh royal bombshells. Behind closed doors, Lord Chamberlain advisors are mapping scenarios, ranging from quiet reconciliation to outright title revocation, depending on what Perry releases next. Inside Clarence House, King Charles is reportedly willing to hear his son out, but only if Harry signs a legal undertaking to cease commercial attacks on the crown. Over at Kensington Palace, William's circle is colder. Sources say the Prince of Wales believes any reunion is impossible until Harry issues a public apology for past accusations. One palace lawyer has already reviewed Perry's contract clause and flagged that any tape implicating royal staff in wrongdoing could trigger a defamation countersuit. Another advisor suggests the monarchy might demand escrow damages before funding future security for Harry, a stark reminder that financial lifelines can be cut as fast as family ties. Harry stands in limbo. Obey the palace playbook or face exile with no title, no cash, and Perry's next leak looming. In our final section, we'll see which ultimatum lands first, the firm's or Tyler Perry's. 2 ultimatums, 1 ticking vault of tapes. Whichever lands first will decide whether the Sussex saga ends in revival or total ruin. Harry has days, not weeks, to choose. Sign the palace's ceasefire agreement and halt all commercial attacks, or brace for life without titles and royal security. Across the Atlantic, Tyler Perry's legal team is drafting release schedules. Industry insiders say a second audio drop is queued for immediate publication, if Meghan issues even a single public denial. Netflix, sponsors, and tabloid editors are all on standby, ready to pivot the moment fresh content, or fresh chaos, hits the wire. Private sources in Montecito claim Meghan is weighing a solo PR blitz, hoping to frame Perry as vindictive. Yet without a professional comms team and with donors cooling, her options narrow by the hour. Meanwhile, palace courtiers hint that King Charles could strip the couple of Sussex branding if another scandal embarrasses the crown. For Harry, that means losing not just status, but a critical stream of post-royal speaking income. The chessboard is set: Perry's hard drives, the firm's legal scrolls, and a public eye that has shifted from fascination to fatigue. Whichever domino topples first, Perry's next leak or the palace's sanction, will trigger a cascade neither Hollywood nor Windsor can fully control. Stay tuned, because when that first piece falls, the royal drama everyone thought was finished might just be getting started.
Now, why Meghan is coming under pressure here is because she has a track record of throwing very significant friends under the bus at the slightest sign of trouble.
But I do have a source that is a proud member of the Sussex Survivors Club who told me she's still experiencing issues after leaving Meghan's employment. And the way she treated me, she says of Meghan, can only be described as